household anime name. You know her by her golden buns and petite sailor skirt. She's everywhere. No doubt that you ventured into a box lunch or a Hot Topic and seen her face plastered on bags, hoodies, and other marketable accessories. But how did she come to be such an influential image? Let's take a look at some of the characteristics that made Sailor Moon the quote-unquote face of magical girls. Now, Sailor Moon is not the first ever magical girl series. Let's get that fact straight for any new magical fans out there. Sally the Witch, anime published in 1966, is agreed upon to be the first animated magical girl series, with Himitsu no Ako-chan as the first magical girl manga series featured in Ribbon magazine in 1962. While these series both claim that they're the first magical girl series, others suggest that the 1953 manga series Princess Knight is the first to actually claim to be of the magical girl genre. So no doubt about it, we can definitely mark being the first magical girl off of Sailor Moon's roster. So what makes her so special then? For me and many other fans, I think we can confidently say the fashion. Creator of Sailor Moon, Naoko Takeuchi, was rumored to have grown up rich, as highlighted in these videos here on YouTube. Her parents were also said to have run a jewel store, just like Sailor Moon's, aka Usagi Tsukino's, best friend Naro Asaka. Her mother also runs one in the first season of the anime. Takeuchi was the president of her high school's astronomy club, and she graduated with a degree in chemistry. She's an exceptionally brilliant woman. We can see both her status of wealth and intelligence all throughout Sailor Moon. Let's start with the iconic fashion. In the series, the characters are often seen tailored in high fashion garments, with Sailor Moon's previous self, Princess Serenity's iconic Moon Princess dress being inspired by Christian Dior's 1992 Spring-Summer collection. The dress stands proud and tall, like the Greek columns it had been based around, bust-lined in golden spirals. The iconic Sailor Moon dress has minute changes, such as a flowy skirt instead of a flat steel base. We often see Serenity's dress complemented by pearls, 1, to show her status, and 2, to elevate the luxury of the original Dior dress. Princess Serenity's dress is far from the only high fashion inspired garment to be translated into the Sailor Moon series. For example, number 1, we have Wicked Lady's sleek velvet dress mimics the 1991 Saint Laurent perfume ad featuring Kate Moss. Again, changes were made as to not completely copy the look, such as the bust area and the addition of sheer sleeves. Even the pose was inspired by this line. And for a manga illustration, Sailor Pluto, or Setsuna, is dressed in a form-fitting black gown embezzled with precious jewels and chains, heavily inspired by the Chanel printed ads for the 1992 Fall-Winter collection. There are so many more, by the way, that you can find just by looking at the villains, by the manga, but these were just to name a few. And let's talk more about those precious jewels and stones, as we can find a multitude hidden throughout the series. Takeuchi both educated us and flaunted her own chemistry degree. Many characters bear the name after gems and metals, such as Queen Beryl and her 4, in person by the way, Heavenly Kings, Jadeite, Nephrite, Zoisite, and Kunzite. Zirconia, the evil leader of the Denmoon Circus, and the villain with my favorite design, Sailor Heavy Metal Papillion, name referring to the name Papilio, which refers to a certain gene of butterfly, mostly the swallowtail butterfly. But fashion and science aren't the only reasons so much of us have come to love Sailor Moon. No, Sailor Moon was an instant success. The manga series was immediately successful upon its 1991 release. Not long after the manga, the anime soon followed, and Sailor Moon was truly one of the first of its kind in the magical girl world, being one of the first to truly showcase violence alongside heroism. I've met too many people who refuse to watch Sailor Moon because it's too girly and I don't care about the love and friendship stuff. But it's sad to say, I was also one of them. So this is my testimonial. Sailor Moon was a name that I had heard growing up in school. I went to a school where anime was actually proudly accepted. Just about everybody watched anime. Even if you were on the popular side, you still kind of watched a little bit of anime. I think it's just credited to that the time that I grew up in, anime is just kind of widely accepted now. And so when I was in middle school, I was a little bit more grungy, a little bit more on the emo side with my friends, and they specifically told me, you can watch Death Note, Attack on Titan, Blue Exorcist, whatnot. You cannot watch Sailor Moon. That is girly and it's for babies and you're not gonna watch it. And I was like, okay, if my friends tell me not to, then I guess I better not. And for years, I was kind of curious about it, just because I wanted to know, but also I didn't want my friends to know that I knew what Sailor Moon was, but I always thought she was so pretty, so I wanted to check her out. And so one summer, when I finally was like, you know what, maybe the emo grunge era is not for me, you know, the pink hair was calling, and I was like, you know what, let's check out Sailor Moon. Watched the first episode and I fell in love with Usagi immediately. Usagi is a character who, she's silly, she's clumsy, and she's a glutton, a little bit of a crybaby, maybe not just a little bit, but she's just a girl. She's just a 14-year-old girl. She's in high school, middle school, and she just wants to have fun with her friends. She wants to be in a relationship, eat good food, dress up, and like, you know, have pretty things. She's just a girl, and yet she's also fighting for her life. She is so cool. She is so powerful, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of me really resonated with her because I wanted to be her. I wanted to be someone who literally is just a girl, but is going through all this trauma, going through all this heartache. Like, I'm sorry, Mamoru, but you did her dirty in the anime. You didn't have to break up with her that much. You caused too much trauma and heartache for this poor girl, like literally. But even after all this, she still smiles. She still found a way to be strong. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people also just don't take into consideration for Usagi, is she's so strong. Literally in season 5, everybody she cares about dies, gets erased, everything is gone. Everything and everyone she cares about is gone. And yet, she still faces danger. She's scared, she's afraid, but she still has hope. And she still has that hope that she can save everyone. She is someone who is severely underestimated and undercredited in the anime world for being not just strong and powerful magically, but emotionally. Too many anime fans turn a blind eye to Sailor Moon because of how it's marketed. The background features rainbows, pink sparkly backgrounds. It's obviously catered to a specific group of people, me included. But when you look past the glitz and the glam, you see the horrors that are written below the surface. Sailor Moon's friends, her closest companions, her schoolmates, and sailor protectors literally die before her eyes, while all she can do is watch. In The Death of the Sailor Guardians, we see Sailor Venus, Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, and Sailor Jupiter's lifeless bodies entangled in wicked vines. There is no blood or heavy gore, but the music and the atmosphere convey exactly what has happened to these young, innocent girls. They've been murdered by the evil they sought to defeat. In season 5, Sailor Moon, aka Usagi, watches as her pesky housemate and also precious future daughter dies, withering away. Her boyfriend and future husband, Mamoru Chiba, also dies in a plane crash via the enemy, and again she watches her Sailor Scout starseeds be ripped from their bodies and destroyed, essentially killing them again. In my personal opinion, season 5 is the hardest to watch, especially with the new adaptation, Sailor Moon Eternal. The mental anguish Usagi is subjected to literally makes her question her own life.
お前のパワーは暴走し、カオスもろとも吹き飛ぶだろう。チビブー、ママちゃん。
stressed and anxious. The fate of her friends' lives, the future, and the galaxy depends on her, a high school student. Too many Moonies are quick to jump on the fact that Usagi is just a whiny crybaby, but you can see her growth, especially in the new updated series. The girl has carried hell on her shoulders. No, Sailor Moon is not all sunshine and rainbows, but it is a story of girlhood as well. The treasured friendship Usagi shares with all of her friends is truly the reason we are so gut-wrenched to see her friends die in such cruel ways. Even when they fight and disagree, the girls always have each other's backs. Minako is Usagi's other half, two silly girls who are bad at school but have big dreams of becoming idols and popular. Rei is Usagi's rival, always clashing heads, spitting foul words at one another, but when it truly matters, they really care for each other with deep emotion and deep friendship. Ami is Usagi's guiding light, smart and always there to lend a helping hand, whether it's articulated advice or simple math help. And Makoto, or Mako, Usagi's big sister friend. Makoto is strong, but also gentle and kind. She'll always be there for her friends. The Senshi's friendship is pure. While they're interstellar warriors, they're also just high school girls who are battling grades and romance. Who wouldn't want such a beautiful interwoven friendship? They're literally squad goals. Sailor Moon is as much about the values of relationships as it is about the fighting. The series makes us cry, laugh, and beg for more. She's a part of our childhoods. In the name of love and justice, Sailor Moon will forever be an iconic magical girl. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider checking out some of my other channels. I also have a VTuber channel where I do some fun gaming, so definitely give it a peek. But what do you guys think down below? I definitely have obviously a little bit of a bias towards Sailor Moon because I grew up with her, I love her, but what do you think makes her so influential, and why do you think that she is just one of those magical girls that everybody knows? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you didn't know, we do have a channel memberships now. You guys officially have a name, which is my Sakuras. You are the Glitter Sakuras. So if you want some cute little like Sakura themed desserts and, you know, little badges by your name, check out the memberships down below. As always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!